Hi guys, today we have Princess Audu with us. Our actual name is Sarah, but the princess asked.
Mhm.
I remember you said the story about it was something that your dad used to call you like when you were growing up. You see, I've been following you from day one.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, my dad calls me Princess. So that's where the name came from, Princess. And then Audu is my last name, so that's where we have Princess Audu. So my dad still calls me Princess. By the way, I did check. The translation of Sarah is actually Princess. Sarah of the Bible
Oh wow,
translated is Princess.
oh wow,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
amazing, amazing, amazing. So I'm most excited to be talking with you today on the issue of leveling up as a
Mm-hmm.
creative. I mean, like, it's funny how I've been the one sitting down and watching everybody's growth. So, but before I met you, or no, before I said,
Mm-hmm.
I think you were already doing very okay, even when I started for, like, you were one of those influencers, like, that we were looking up to for styling and all of that. But even still, like, the point I knew you, um, 2018 is totally different,
Mm-hmm.
like where you are now. Like your style
Yeah.
improved, and you are not only focusing on fashion right now, you're also doing something with SeeAbuja now. So you're even transitioning from fashion. You know, you've done it so well with fashion, lifestyle. Now it's even travel. I won't be surprised if you start a See Dubai or a See or a See Bali. Sincerely, I see that. I see that for the page. You know, like just spotlighting the places people wouldn't look at, and just
Mm-hmm.
making out so much beauty from it. So I want us to just like first, before we go into all the talky, I want you to like introduce yourself, and just tell us what you love, how your journey as a content creator has been so far, and yeah, we can go into how you leveled up,
Okay.
level up, yeah. So
Mm. Okay, so my name is Sarah. My brand name is Princess Audu, so you can call me Princess. That's fine. So basically, I started out in a blog. I started out blogging. That was years ago. I think I've been doing content creation for 7 years, right? So when I started out blogging back then, it wasn't like this thing that we are now, making money from content. It wasn't a thing, especially not in Nigeria, right? So I started from a blog, then moved to Instagram when Instagram became a thing, then kind of focused more on Instagram than a blog because blogs weren't really like doing that well again, especially for fashion. And then looking at it from a perspective of where brands wanted their content to be, most brands were paying for Instagram posts as opposed to blog posts. So over time, I kind of got over it. And then I wasn't into documenting my life as much. I think my last blog post, I wrote it last year, maybe August. I haven't written anything since then. So now I create content on fashion and I do it full time now. I'm a full time content creator and social media manager, basically. So I think an extension of my brand now is lifestyle, which is what I do on SeeAbuja. So I think that's just a little bit about me. Is there anything else that I should be saying? Oh, I
uh,
also have a YouTube channel.
oh yes, exactly. And
Yeah,
I should point out that you have this interesting thing you do with Reels, though. Like showing us multiple ways to style.
yeah, yeah, like style video. Yeah, style videos. For me, well, 2 years ago it was like a really, really big thing, like showing people how to style things multiple ways. So I got into that. I started out, it wasn't that great. Then over time, I kind of got better at it. I create all my video content that I use for my brand with my phone. And it's something that I taught other people as well. So I haven't really been doing much style content on Instagram lately. We're probably going to talk about it, but I actually got frustrated. That's why I kind of stopped. I haven't been doing that as much. But one thing I do on one thing I do on Princess Audu is showing people multiple ways to style pieces because I believe in making the most of your wardrobe. I believe in versatile pieces as well. And my YouTube channel is basically an extension of what I do on my Instagram and also what I do on my lifestyle page, SeeAbuja.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Quite a lot
Mm.
you're doing, and I'm here for it. I'm here for the growth. I'm here for the progress. I'm here for the big wins. I'm here for it.
Mm.
I've been here since then. So we'll stay on.
Mm.
So first thing I'd be asking you about is, do you think leveling up as a creative is expensive? Do you think that you need so much, to get better? Because the
Mm.
pictures you used to take in 2017,
Yeah,
2018, totally different from what you take
true.
now. I mean, like, it's the quality is is different. So did that cost you so much? Yeah, I think it would be nice for people to know about it, because many creatives think that, oh, I can't get started because I do not have the necessary things, or I don't want to grow. I'm okay where I am because, maybe they just don't see a need for it. So first, is there a need to actually level up or scale as a creative? Even though from what you said in the beginning, you actually mentioned it that, this is what, you mentioned the way you kind of leverage trends, to cause your brand to stay afloat. And as that cost you so much. So yeah, that would be a great point for us to start with.
Okay, so to the first question, what's the need of leveling up, right? If you are considering doing content creation and hoping to make money from it, and maybe probably make good money or full-time money, there is a need to level up. Because at this point, you are either offering a service to other people or you want businesses to pay you money. Now, if you're going to put a price on it, you have to make sure that you are giving the best that you possibly can, right? So now when we talk about leveling up, is it expensive? I really believe it depends on the kind of quality you're going for, the kind of content you want, and how exactly you want to make money. For example, in the field of content creation, there's so much you can do. You can work with brands as an influencer. You can work with companies to create content for them. Now, I know people who create content using their cameras. If you're using a camera, you probably will charge higher. But if you want to create content using your phone, you may not necessarily charge higher. So like I said, it depends on the kind of quality content or exactly what you're going for. Somebody who wants to go into full-time photography should definitely get a camera. In as much as iPhones are great and they do a great job, if you're going to tell people to pay you money, you need to be having the best gadgets possible to give great value. Now, it doesn't have to be expensive. You just have to be smart by prioritizing what is most important for where you are at different points in time, and also kind of outlining a course of action. I create most of my content now with my phone. I do have a camera, but I don't bother shooting anymore. That's because I stopped doing bulk shoots. I shoot on the go now. So for me, this isn't the phone I'm using right now, which is what I'm using right now is an iPhone 10X Max, right? So I used to use an iPhone 7 Plus before. That's what I used for all my style videos, but I felt a need to level up. And I even want to go get the newer iPhones, right? That's my goal for the end of this year. I felt the need to get a better quality phone because clients were paying me for video content and picture content, which I was creating on my phone. And I really felt that I needed something that was better. Like I needed one of the latest devices because if my clients are paying me money, I should be giving them good quality. Because when you go out and hang, some of my clients, they use the latest iPhones. So it didn't make sense that I was using an iPhone 7 when, the iPhone 12 or the iPhone 12 Pro, I don't know what they call it, it's out there. So there was the need for that as well. It made me look good. And when I put a fee, you'd be like, okay, she gives good content. Let's pay for it.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So definitely leveling up, from what you just said, leveling up is key. Like it's so key.
Yeah.
You want to stay long term in this space as a creative.
Yeah.
But from what you've just said, I think it goes hand in hand from I'll just clarify to everybody listening. It goes hand in hand. The more you level up, the more your price goes higher. But
exactly.
If you decide to, stay shallow and stay on the surface, then I mean, like, I'm looking at Princess Audu's photos, it's banging, and then you come with something that is blurry and you want to charge the same rate as Princess Audu. Obviously, she's more expensive, but if she wears my outfit, if she takes a picture with her iPhone 10X Max, will people like buying from her more than they'll buy? I think I would obviously her, because I think Instagram, social media these days, everybody's particular quality. Like
exactly.
I didn't like both of us didn't come to these videos even looking unkept and untidy, like hairs, and because it's the way the world works. The world
exactly. Say exactly.
But we're not saying that beat yourself up, or like if you can't afford certain things, you would get there. But I just don't want creatives to be comfortable with a state of complacency and
True.
Yeah,
because you don't grow. You won't grow. Like
exactly.
You won't grow if you're in that state. Like you need to. The one thing about this field is that you keep changing at different points in time. You somehow you get to a point you feel like you figured it out, but no, you haven't, because after you figure it out, something new will come. I mean, now we're talking about Instagram Reels. There was no such thing as Instagram Reels before. It was all IGTV, right? So when it came, there was a need to figure it out and start posting on there, because we knew that posting on there would get our content out there. Style videos weren't a thing before. People were more focused on pictures. Style videos became a thing. So people had to learn how to edit cool style videos. So it's just a consistent thing. Like 2 years from now, this quality that we're talking about that is good is not going to be good anymore. You need to upgrade. So you have to keep upgrading, especially if you want to stay relevant, if you want to grow, and most especially if you want to make money.
Ego. To be fair, I agree with you 100%. But then the thing I would also say is, leveling up as a creative, does it always have to do with materialism? For example, getting a new phone.
Yeah.
I let me use myself as an example. Yes, I'm going to call myself out. Anybody else judge me. That's easier consign. So, in 2019, my phone got bad. I was in an iPhone 6 about that time. 2019, I think so. And then I was like looking for a way to get a new phone. And then thank God for my parents, they gave me an iPhone X. I think it's even an XS or whatever. 256 gig. When I got the phone, I was like, oh my God, content creation, you will hear. And then after I got the phone, made a couple of videos on YouTube that I even deleted the channel. I got so pissed on it. I was just like, what's this? I just deleted it. I was tired. I didn't like what I saw there. And well, that's the story for another day. But I mean, like, I've used the phone. I've used the life of the phone to edit videos, to do stuff for other people, like clients. Also been getting clients to work with. But personally, I've not leveraged my phone. Even now, I just realized that I paid for so many apps and I'm not even using anyone. And I don't want anybody to come and start shouting. Please don't shout here. But start looking. This phone, okay, I can show you my screen, because I mean it's I don't know if you can see it. So you can see the screen broke. So I already got a new phone. I'm not going to say what the phone is because I don't want people to come for me. And again, I'm saying it in my mind that, I will create content. And the world will hear that content creation is the next big thing. But again, the phone will come now, which is obviously like is way better or way higher than this one. But the phone will come now, and I'm literally probably not going to make the best use of it again.
Yeah.
So, leveling up as creatives, is it just materialism, or are there skills that we need to get, to be able to keep us ahead of the trend? Yeah.
I really believe that another really important thing, even beyond skills, is mindset. Your mindset really matters, because having good gadgets is really important, but you can only really utilize these gadgets if you just get up and do it, right? Creating content, we all know, is not easy. To film a video takes time. You have to film it, then you edit it. So it's like a mental thing, right? So one needs to be mindful that it's not just the gadgets, it's also a mindset, right? So you need to get into that habit of being consistent and understanding that, hey, if I want to get to this goal, I have to put in this amount of work over this amount of period to get there. And also to understand that just because you feel you have to put this amount of work may not give you the results that you expect. That's just another thing you have to be prepared for. The reality that you may put in this much work and not get what you expect, and still be open. And that's why it's very important to be passionate about what you're doing. And again, talking about gadgets and all of that, if it's money that you're making from it, there's no way that you will not buy a gadget and get up, because the money has to be made. And if you spend a lot of money, like I literally, this phone, I spent most of my savings to get it. So it's not like I was floating in cash. So I know that as I bought this phone, I have to use it. So even on days when I don't feel like filming, literally have to talk myself. So I really believe it's a mindset, not just only investing in gadgets, expensive gadgets, also shifting your mindset as well. And that comes with also following the kind of creatives that inspire you, people that make you want to get to the next level. By the time you hear their success stories and how things are going for them, it will push you to want to, do more, create more, and utilize what you have to the best of, what you can do, basically.
Wow. Thank you so much. I really need to hear, I needed to hear that. I need to have the right mindset. you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the right mindset comes from a point where, as a creative, you really understand your why and
Exactly.
that you want to do. And I love the
Mm.
fact that you also said follow people that inspire you, because if I'm saying that I want to do so and so things, but I'm just like, I don't even know where to get started from, and then I look at my favorite influencers, and they are killing it. They really
Exactly. Yeah.
have in place.
Yeah.
That would inspire me to get up and even do better. So yes, gadgets, upping your gadgets is key, but that's not the only thing you need to level up as a
Mm.
you also need to consistently shift your mindset.
This video is sponsored by Scribble, every creative's tool for expressive content. Would you like VIP access to our pre-order? Click the link below in the description or sign up at scribblehorde.com.
That's the thing. People think that just because you're passionate about something, it's going to be easy. No, you won't feel like creating content all the time. You won't feel like posting all the time. And that's one thing Salem said something earlier this year where he talked about maximizing your good days. We all have days that were more productive than other days. So on those days, you need to bulk create. If it's videos that you have an issue with filming, you need to make sure that on one day of the month, you can film like 5 videos that's going to last you for the entire month. So you just have to be observant as well. Like when is the most time that you're productive? Take advantage of that, basically. Just utilize it.
True. Because I think in this creative journey, with leveling up and all of that, it's important that you stay consistent. Because if
exactly,
and you just like fall back and you just look ahead of you and say, oh my God, where's everybody at? They've gone so far. So creating content is a long-term thing, and and you need to like level up through it. You can't afford to be stagnant. You can't afford to be comfortable with your spot. You need to greater strides, higher and higher and higher and
higher. Well, unless
even
you're one of those people who just because the truth is, at the end of the day, as much as we talk about leveling up, we need to understand that people do this for different reasons.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, there's some people who are just doing it for the fun. It's a way for them to relieve stress. If they grow, no problem. They don't grow, no problem. So you need to, if you are trying to do it for money, but then again, I don't understand why anybody would be in an industry and not want to grow. I think it's a human nature thing to want to keep moving to the next level. I mean, if you started with 1,000 followers, you want to grow to at least 5,000, 10,000. So I don't know anybody who would want to still be in the same place consistently.
True. Because I was about to say the last time that even the Bible says that the path of the just is to keep shining. So the Bible doesn't even condone. I don't think any religion condones like complacency. And as a human being, if you're like normal, if everything is fine, I'm not saying I'm not saying like you'd be ungrateful or like competitive, but there's just this thing about wanting to be better. So I feel like if you're not feeling like you want to be better, then there's something wrong somewhere.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, now that you pointed out that, I think I'll be wrapping up with this last question, which is leveling up as a creative. How do I track my progress? And I know you're literally going to say something about numbers, but then are numbers the only thing that we can point to as an indication of growth, or that we've leveled up as creatives?
Numbers are not the only thing to be able to track, but then at the end of the day, it depends on the kind of service you're selling. If you're somebody who doesn't need numbers to make money, then you wouldn't care. You'd probably track yours in the number of clients you get per month, how much money you make per month. But if we're talking about influencers, like we're talking about influencing, for example, you need numbers are how you track your progress, because at the end of the day, people say followers are not everything, but in Nigeria, it helps you add extra zeros to the price point that you have. So numbers are really important. So if you are checking, numbers are the first thing. And secondly, your bank account as well. And also if you nail your goals. For example, if this month you said, I'm going to put out 5 videos per month, every month for 3 months. And at the end of the 3 months, you check yourself and you saw that you put out 6 videos or even 5 videos. That's one way to track progress, by checking how you nailed your growth. I really do believe that analyzing your goals that you set, looking at your bank account, and also the stats are ways to track progress. And in as much as numbers are not everything, at the end of the day, they actually are everything, because it's one thing that we check for progress, especially as creatives or creatives in the space of influencing, where you need the numbers to actually really make really good money.
Wow. Thank you so much for that, Princess. Man, this Princess has stuck. But anyway, same thing, Sarah, that same thing. But yeah, thank you so much. This session has been eye-opening, and it's also showed me that there are some things that I'm working on that actually make sense. For example, this series that I'm doing, chit chats with creatives, that's why I called this. It's actually in Jeff for the launch of the next Scribble Sketch edition, which is the 2.0 edition. And in this edition, I actually put a sheet, for creative to track their goals. So, I know you have a big goal, but then can you break it down to chunks? And then how are you getting through with your goals? So now that you said it again about, one way you can track your growth and your progress as creators, it was just like, yeah, I'm doing this right. But sincerely, we do have to track our goals. We have to look at what we say we want to do, how well we're doing. We're doing it. And then I like the fact that you also didn't leave out the bank account and the numbers, because if I'm saying that I want to put out 10 videos, quite all right, I put out 10 videos. Did any significant change happen? Okay, you've put out 10 videos. Did you get more followers? Did anybody
exactly
collaboration? How was engagement on your videos?
Exactly.
The people watching your streaming your podcast, are they how many people do you get? So that would help you come back and say, look, this thing isn't working.
Exactly.
Do I need to do something else? Do I need to? So I'm really happy that you found a way to blend it all in. So we're not just taking goals, we're not just doing things for the sake of the shots should be consistent at this thing. I'm going to be consistent. You may be consistently doing rubbish. So you need
rubbish, true. Yeah, exactly. So it helps you check yourself, because the one thing about social media, it can be frustrating, when you put in work and then you don't see the results. So if it's not working, then let's change it up,
Exactly.
No point doing the exact same thing over and over, especially if if you're getting old, we'll get time again, because you're getting old, you have other things to do. So if you know that, hey, this side I chose is not working, at least by putting out that content, you'll be like, okay, this is not working. Let's try something else and figure it out, because we don't have time to waste, As much as it's a passion thing, there has to be some sort of results coming out of it. And if it's not, then you know that maybe this is not the right path and you try something else.
I do agree with you 100. And then I actually want to say that for anybody watching this video and is like, I don't even think I'm a creative, I don't want to level up. See, the world is changing. Hey, the world is changing big time. And I want you to have confidence in your 9 to 5. Everybody's not going to, but I strongly feel like there's something that everybody has that is different that we can, put out as an extra way to make money. Nobody have to be a style blogger like Princess Audu. For example, now I'm in the space of health and communications and public health. And, doing outreaches on my own. I'm not coming to post style videos. I could do that if I want to, but
but it's not, You
understand? So I'm not saying be like someone else. I'm saying be you and embrace every side of you, because you literally cannot tell what is going to open the door for you. And the way the world is moving, you can't be so confident in something. You can't say, oh, I'm going to die with my job. This is what I'm going to do till I die. You can't be so sure. Even with
we saw what happened. Coro changed everything. Coro changed everything.
And that's even one. And I'm sure say this, but people really lost their jobs, and it is so painful. Do you get? But life always happens, right? But at the end of the day, what do you have in your hands? What do you have? What can you do? That's literally what your creativity is about. That thing that you were born with, that thing that you would do without thinking. It's difficult the moment you put in structure to it, but you need to fight through it and get on it. For example, I love health. But when I started the work in communities, seeing how people were dying, seeing how tough it was to raise money, I wanted to give up. But I just couldn't, because I saw that, oh my God, if I don't do this, people will continue to die. And then there are not so many people that would be able to do this at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So really, I just want to encourage everybody that don't push this aside and say, I'm not a creative. You are a creative. And you should in fact look at things on the inside of yourself. Like, what do I have? Okay, this is what I have. How can I level this up? So again, thank you so much, Princess. I don't know if you have one or two more things that you would like to add, and we can call this a wrap.
I want to just tell people that there is room to pivot as well. If you start a journey and you notice that it's not going according to plan, just know that you can take another route. Don't keep forcing things, especially in content creation. In fact, my story is long, but don't force things when you get to a point and you realize that this is not working. One thing we don't realize, that say quitting or letting go of something is not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's actually a good thing, because we may be in the wrong path or maybe doing something that is not as great. So always feel free to pivot. If you start on this path and you find that it's not working, or it's not something that you enjoy doing as much as before, feel free to always change and do something else.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Princess Audu. I can't wait for Scribble to launch its 2.0. Actually, 1 edition, because this is
okay.
One. I'm definitely going to get one across to you in Abuja. Thank you.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yes, I'm definitely going to get one across to you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story. It's
sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you.
You too. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Everything we see in our world today is a product of someone's imagination. Many people think that it's difficult to create. The problem most of the time is not the fact that you do not have ideas. In fact, many people think they are not creatives, but I feel like everybody can create. It's a very simple process. All I do is I think, I scribble, I sketch, and then I act. Be that person that would provide solutions to the many problems that the world is faced with today. So it's time to think, it's time to scribble, and it's time to sketch. It's as simple and as basic as that.